All right, you know the deal. Monday footage on your Wednesday night. What's up, James? We are still doing side control. What's up, Ronnie? Oh. Let's watch me take out some aggression on our music-hating friend here. We also have, it looks like Jordan and, is that Nick, maybe? Yeah, it looks like Nick. Nick settles into half guard. And Jordan giving him a little bit of a trouble with that butterfly half, seeing if he could maybe get him off balance, I'm guessing. Oh, Mitchell and Luke starting to tango. Great shot from Jordan. Probably has this song going through his head when he does it. Just ready to get after it. Yeah, you're not saying much now, are you? So just a basic snap down. Cross-side snap with the right arm. Put the basketball in the hoop on the left side. Nick's sitting around that top half guard on Jordan. Now he's got the knee poked through, so he's got to work on getting that ankle free. Right there, he had an opportunity. That's a good time to just step out. Like, you don't need too much crazy technique from there. Yeah, just step out there up against the mat, though. Jordan trying to hit that big sweep on me. Not going to let that happen. Austin starting to... Okay. Let's see what this does for Ben. All right, Ben gets his arm down. So Austin's looking to use, from half guard, the threat of the submission. So he shoots in a Darce here because he can, and I love that. Ben, it doesn't look like Ben's elbow is deep enough into this, so he's still kind of close to his body, so it's going to be hard to really... yeah, he just kind of yanks it out. It's going to be hard to, like, isolate that arm very well. And Ben technically gets the sweep here. Let's see if he can get past. So Ben makes his way past. I want to rewind here and look at Nick and Jordan, because been seeing this game from Nick. He pulled it on me maybe a week or two ago. So moving to this Kimura position, really driving forward down the body to keep the arm isolated. And then once he gets to this dorsal Kimura position, he loves to set up this side triangle. So you can see he secures the arm, falls to his side, and locks up the Yoko Senkaku side triangle. Jordan's, much broader than I am, so we'll see if he can tighten this up enough. Jordan comes up on top, but is not out of the woods yet. Now he is. Yeah, if you find yourself here with Nick, he knows this position really well. When he had it on me, he hit me with trying to lock up the triangle, the Americana on this arm, on the far arm. I think he tried to do a wrist lock, and I think he tried to switch to an arm bar or possibly back to the Kimura on this arm, which really kind of basically runs the gamut of all the moves that are available from that position. So if you find yourself here with Nick, I hope you know how to get out. It is a this Jordan thing for sure. Jordan pops his way out into a reverse mount, which is a decent spot for him to be in. His feet are not in any trouble, and he has the pick of either leg, but he doesn't have a good way to isolate them with his leg. So maybe, toe hold attempts or switching to like single or even double knee bars is an option from there. Ben on a Kimura now. what did Jordan get here? So Jordan makes his way, it looks like, into an kind of an outside, actually like a weird kind of butterfly ashi. He's got this bottom leg tucked and the top leg way behind the back, which is a good spot for it. I mean, this isn't a terrible place to be for Jordan. It's like a viable leg configuration. Gets the straight ankle, I'm going to assume. That's normally what you're going to see happen with that leg configuration. I think it's easy for Nick to hide the heel there, but not easy to boot into it into close distance like you would for a straight ankle lock. Oh, Jordan has this Jordan, Mario without the hat, has a really good escape here at some point in this round. Looks like Austin fended off that Kimura attack. Hides his back to the mat. Tucks his hand. And makes his way almost to the turtle position. He wants to get his knees underneath him. Although I'm not sure what Bin's leg configuration is. If he has him in like a triangle threat or what. Looks like possible triangle threat if Austin gave up too much space. I mean, dude, we should dress up as video game characters one time. Like, Twitch is all about video games, right? So we should just like all cosplay as video game characters. And then I could tag whatever games are represented and possibly boost my viewership. I bet you do, bud. So yeah, we're deep here on a reverse triangle, which I felt really great about. I wanted to make you suffer, Jordan. So a couple things I'm doing here. One, you could see me really focusing on keeping that arm elevated up above the head. That's pretty essential for this move. If he gets that down, it's easy for him to open his neck up. The other thing I'm trying to do, and it's subtle, you can't really see it too well, but I'm almost scooting my butt away from him, like backwards, so that I could lean forward more and basically tuck his chin further into his chest. Not doing the best job of that right now. I'm also on not my preferred side. I would rather have my lock on top than on the bottom. I think Jordan knows that because he's going to trap my leg, starts making his way out of it. I go for the Americana the Kimura on this arm, and honestly was very surprised that you got out of this. Throws his arms up in celebration, so I hit a quick double, knowing there's no time left for me to do much of anything except a heel hook. That was a cheap heel hook. That was really, really good defense, man. What do we have here at the end? Nick again on top of Jordan. Nick gives himself a sweep here. So it looks like sweep from the Kimura. Nice, very nice. Feels good to see someone moving Jordan around like that. It's not something I'd frequently get to do. Great back take with that. I'm not sure if he's got the knee poked through yet. Doesn't look like it. That's really what's going to make or break that. But I like that he's controlling the position. Oh, man, he let go of the figure four. I would advise to not get too impatient there. Jordan was in a really vulnerable spot. Not that he isn't now. I mean, he's, you're past his guard. He's flat on his back. But that Kimura is just so controlling once you get it. It's not worth just giving up right away. Austin getting caught with an Americana here. And Bin's got him in such a way. He's not really doing the shin pin, but I think he's pinned him enough across the chest that Austin can't get this arm involved in the defense, which is really what you want to do if you want to finish an Americana from side control on anybody above white belt. You have to pin that arm. If you don't, they roll towards it and you have a back take opportunity. But if you just want the submission, try to shin pin the arm or be Bin. Nick with just running out of time there. Misses the Kimura. All right, Cole and Brooke. I heard these two had a pretty active round here. I didn't want to let on, but I bashed my shin against Bin's knee in this round, and it hurts so bad. I didn't want him to know it happened, so I ignored the pain. But it was, I don't know if we'll even be able to see when it happened, but it was so awful. Great scramble from Brooke. This is how Cole loves to take people down. We'll see him do it to me later. He breaks posture down, comes up over the back, and there's just no... I mean, at least for me, or maybe anybody lighter than him who's as poor of a wrestler as I am, it's really hard to come back from. He flips Brooke over, but Brooke's got really, really good positional awareness, and I would say gets the better of that scramble until now. Brooke making a liar out of me, but she is deep on... Well, she looked deep on the leg. She's got the ankle captured, but she's got to get that elbow escape working. She goes out the back. As Cole goes in on the arm. Quick to get her hips up and take top position. Got Luke working with Nick over there. Oh, thank you for the resub, Jordan. 17 solid months of great chatting and good viewership. Cole with the sweep here. Cole does a really good job of tracking Brooke through this. So as she goes around the corner, he keeps his foot attached, gets a nice sticky hook that allows him to follow her, and then now with her that little hip switch, he catches her off balance and is able to take top position. Caught in a 3/4 mount. Bin makes his way behind me. He's really good with those trips. Thank God. I was wondering, I figured you would have been here already. I was saying a lot of nice stuff about you. Now I gotta stop. Jason over here with Mike. I think they had a round 2. Big rolling Kimura. Gets himself to a T Kimura position. Comes up on top to a dorsal Kimura. Oh, he's got Mike in some trouble. Mike is just able to angle his way out of this. So, yeah, the only reason... Jason, I think this failed was just your connection to the head, right? Mike's able to get his head out of here just like that. That's what allows him to move and follow the torque on the shoulder. If you take the time here to kind of get set up, you're going to have to maybe like slice your knee between this arm and his chest. Basically, I want to see the knee coming down the chest a bit more. Either that or pinch his head with your knees as hard as you can to not let him get out. It's going to be easy-ish for him to slip with this free hand, but when he does do that, he's kind of relinquishing his grip on the arm that you're attacking. So a lot of little nuances going on here, but he was able to find the space for his head. That's the only reason this didn't work. Right here, he's in a world of trouble, and he knows it. And he gets out and tries to scramble around as quickly as he can. Will we see Brooke concuss you? Did it happen yet? We're almost 3 minutes left in the round. She's got you in a triangle, put you on your head. I don't know if that was the concussion or not. So kind of an S mount here. I think both arms are in, it looks like. Unless this... Okay, no, she does have you in a triangle. This arm's on the outside. That was killer. So... looks like she skips the arm attack and just goes triangle. One thing I like about this finish, when you just decide you want to stick to the triangle, leaning forward the way Brooke is doing, in this direction, kind of getting your weight off the hips, trusting your figure four of your legs. It allows you to, it gets your butt away from your heels and allows you to pull your heels back towards your butt, if that makes sense. What you're doing is tightening up, going heels towards your butt to tighten up that triangle. But if you're just kind of sitting on your butt, sitting upright with good posture, you can't quite get that same mechanic out of this. So Brooke's leaning forward. That gives her the ability to start cranking in on the triangle a bit more. And that's where she ends up getting the tap. Also, hips right behind Cole's tricep. Really, really good positioning for Brooke. I want to see you get hit in the head. When does it happen? And how did I get away from Ben? Kind of taking a page out of Jordan's book here. Cab driver Jordan. Mario Jordan. I catch Ben with his head a little low. I got a frame in the hip. It's enough for me to create some space and initiate a scramble. See me bridging heavily to one side. I don't get my hips up in time, but it gives me the ability to turtle up, start working to a 4-point position, and get back to standing. Coming on the other side of the wall. I was wondering if you guys would like mess up the camera view when you hit the wall. It's always one of my favorite things when we see the camera shake because you guys hit the wall too hard. Mike digging on a leg over here. Oh, digging on an arm, actually. It's one of Mike's favorite positions to set up the Americana, working from the north-south, getting the figure four. He steps his way over into a full armbar right now. Leg across the body, leg across the face. Crossing his ankles to keep that far arm from straightening back out. He's trying to get the hands together like this, bringing the elbows in. When he gets them in, like he's doing right now, we see him capturing that arm, pulling it in. He crosses his ankles behind it to keep it there. And then it makes it a little bit easier to disrupt that gable grip. Doesn't make it easy to shut down a bridge, though, which Jason initiates. Gets Mike off balance enough, and then Jason takes advantage of the opportunity. Ben behind me again. Not a place I wanted to be. Gets the takedown. Meanwhile, Luke gets his top hook free from Nick. And the problem here with this position for Nick, some of you more seasoned students should see this right now, but he's got a hook in here. So he's got right hand lower body control, and he's got this underhook here for right hand upper body control. What he doesn't have is cross body control. So this allows Luke, once he can shake this strangle arm, which isn't really doing much in the way of controlling position. Once he can shake that, he can turn. Luke can turn towards his right, and he's basically going to roll out of this. I'm fairly confident that's what, yeah. Without any, without that cross body control, it's going to be hard for Nick to control him. Oh, man. Did he do it more than once? If he did, you got a special kid on your hands. If he learned his lesson, that's good. I wish you got it on camera though. Mitchell and Brandon. Oh yeah, they're over there. What are these boys up to? I think Brooke just concussed. Yeah, damn, she got you good, Cole. Oh man, that's good. She got you so good that you touched the wrong side of your head. Maybe you felt where your brain hit the left side of your skull when it bounced back. She's laughing. Get you with a snap down. Brooke is very jumpy with this these guard pass attempts in this round, which is not going to work out in her favor against Cole. Cole in side control now, looking for the straight arm. He's far from the elbow on this one, so he doesn't quite have the fulcrum yet. Brooke finds her way out. Cole coming in for double butterflies. Gets Brooke elevated, but doesn't quite break her from the ground, so doesn't get her off balance enough. Difficult to do. Meanwhile, let's see, Jason and Mike end over here in open guard. Bin smashing me as usual. Jordan, did I miss anything with Brandon and Mitchell over here? I see they're in some sort of odd leg configuration. Looks like Mitchell does his Mitchell escape with Brandon in a high mount. Double panda guard. Yes, it needs to catch on. I need to take, man, I feel like every time we see him, I need to take him aside, take Mitchell's side. And, what are you doing? Bring him aside and get him to start isolating legs instead of wrapping both legs up. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Austin, I don't know if we went over the footage, maybe when I was out and Mike covered, but Austin got me in a really good straight ankle lock last week that I'm pretty sure started up at my calf and raked all the way down my calf and destroyed it for a good like 4 days. It was like painful to walk. So I have to be on the lookout for that now. Meanwhile, Jason makes his way behind Cole. How does he do it here? Gets the underhook-ish? No, more of just a post in the armpit. Gets the elbow isolated. Has that, what was his other grip? Is he just on the waist? No, he was up by the neck. I guess we don't see the switch. I think he goes down waist here That allows him to keep Cole tight as he pulls him by. Big lift. Cole's been losing weight. He was the whole time. We were tricking Josh. Now that lightness is being used against him. But he gets the pinch headlock, shoulder crunch sweep. Anyway, double underhook sweep, actually. He's got the one. Good hand position, nice and high between the shoulder blades, not low where it's going to be ineffective. Butterfly hook in, power leg off the ground, and boom, easy peasy. Down to 165 kilos. Nice and light. Austin looking for some neck attacks here. I was afraid of him going Darce or Anaconda. Mike likes to go Anaconda when I'm 4-pointed like that. He rolls through on it, and it always screws me up. I don't know why I told you guys that. Meanwhile, Austin goes Kimura, a figure 4 grip over the body. And I had to go with this. My hand is far from my body now. I'm not going to get it back. So I give him the roll, concede the position, and just try to control his legs to get safe. Brandon over here on a guillotine. Falling to the wrong side, though. It's basically giving Mike the safe position, getting to cross side. I'm in on a straight ankle, but weary of counters from Austin here. As soon as he does that. But yeah, notice my hip position though. I'm really far down the leg, or I'm trying to get really far down the leg. Here's maybe not the best freeze frame. See, I'm trying to scoot this way. That indicates my intention to straight ankle. I'm not really concerned with the heel hook in this case. I don't have heel exposure. Austin's gotten really good at hiding the heel and defending, so I'm opting to try for a straight ankle from outside Ashi with him. I'm in Anna. I'm in Emona. What I said was grammatically correct in the context of jiu-jitsu, and I stand by it. Nick making his way to mount with the Neon Belly against Ben. I like him taking his time here. Little hop over. Ben trying to get to the quarter guard. Exactly. Now I think third time's the charm on this leg attack. The heel starts to slip out here, so I slip to the heel hook, and I get it. This is kind of something we talk about during leg lock week from time to time, where the defense, like a defensive move from a leg for a straight ankle, leads to a vulnerability for the heel hook. And you could see that really well here. So I'm trying to go straight ankle, failing miserably, failing for the third time now. But as I notice the heel slipping, in this case, he's, let me see if I could find a good spot, because right here it doesn't make sense. Yeah, right here as the heel slips out, that's where I can basically switch my grip to a heel hook grip. I'm gonna have to bring my hand from inside to the outside of his shin. But there, you know, his leg is kind of booted. This is the point I'm trying to make. His foot is booted here. You can see it's no longer straightened out. I'm not forcing his foot down. With that booted heel or booted foot, the heel becomes readily available for me. So a quick switch with that hand, now I can work on the heel hook. If he wants to try to boot out of, or, you know, not boot per se, but if he wants to straighten his foot and kick it and try to slip the heel, then I could easily switch back to a straight ankle with the foot in a flexed position. So I could play those two defenses against each other. Here it gave me, you know, the heel switched out, or the heel came out and I switched up to the grip, and it was pretty quick that I was able to get the tap from him, which to me goes to show just how like useful of a vulnerability that is. You guys have seen us try to dig heel hooks out on Austin for well over half a round before. There it was 5 seconds and I got the tap because everything else was already in position that I needed. What did Luke do to Jordan? And what is Cole doing down here? Cole on top of Jason. Luke in Neon Belly on Jordan. Jason looks to get a sweep. Cole re-rolls. He's got the arm trapped above the head. Understandable reaction from Jason turning to that. We got Luke over here isolating Jordan's arm. Reaching over for that Kimura. Notice how he's keeping the hand really close to the body. Not letting Jordan straighten that out. And I'm curious if he gets his leg free or if he does it with this leg in. Yeah, legs out. Now he's got what he needs. Didn't we see... I don't know. Do any of you remember if we saw Luke, I think last week or maybe in one of the recent streams, with the leg trapped? He didn't try to get it out. He actually rolled forward to initiate the roll, and that thereby getting the back off the mat and then finishing the Kimura, I think. I don't know. I feel like that was something he did that I wanted to try, and I haven't yet. Need to write that down before I forget. See, I make my way to Austin's back here. Everybody watch for me while I take notes. All right, what'd I miss? See, even I'm still trying to learn. Brandon getting tooled over there by Mike. And Mike putting to work the takedown from earlier. The takedown that we went over that day was on a double leg attempt, sprawling out, but then reaching for one of the legs and then using it to break your opponent down. He's trying to put that to work on Brandon. Nick, I'd like to see Nick engaging these or using these legs a bit more. You've really developed your force choking abilities, man. Regular Jedi. I think I'm a little mean to Austin's face here. It looks like I get the straight jacket going. Where did Jason go? What happened to Jason, Cole? Is it contacts or something? Kimura from Luke. All right, we're caught up. Ben gets his arm free. Starts to get his guard back. Got to be careful with this leg position there. I think Nick's a little new to the leg lock game, so he maybe missed an opportunity. Doing CPR in the wrong spot. All right, Nick ends up getting the armbar. After Ben got safe. So let's see. Goes over the top to get around the legs, but immediately starts attacking the far arm. He's got a scoop on it here. It's not there yet, but it's a starting point. Now he's digging on that arm. Scoots in underneath. He's got like the like a quarter arm bar here with the leg that's not over the body. And gets the arm extended. Nice. No small feat on Ben, that's for sure. Austin and I in another leg lock shootout that I'm trying to bail on. Get safe right at the bell. Just one thing to show from this. So Austin's doing a good job of, like, he's locking my leg down. He's not in like the best position right now as I was cross-side on him with this triangle he's got going on, but he's got a good bite on my leg. But once he starts getting that leg under control, he's like, you know, pulling it in further and further. Now I'm broken down. But here I roll through. I get myself safe, but I roll through, and that's where I can expose his heel. So right there, this heel is ready for me to start attacking. So that's exactly what I try to set up. I miss the heel, but I try to go for like a kind of a cloverleaf, you know, approach. Not a great position by virtue of my leg entanglement. But there was an opportunity. I just sucked in that moment and couldn't capitalize on it. Looks like Cole ends this round strong. Luke and Cole. Cole staving off Luke's advances with the butterfly, half butterfly. Looking for the pinch headlock. Gets the sweep. He's got that arm isolated, but Luke turning towards it. Gonna come out the back on a single, possibly. Oh, man, if Cole had that right leg or that left leg free, Luke may have been in a bit more trouble there. Cole uses it to try to sweep him again. That was controlling, man. Cole looking a little tired in this round, to be honest. Oh, yeah, he just had Jason, so that makes sense. We got Brandon and Brooke, Ben and Mike, me and Nick. Ben trying to be sneaky. A little back step into a possible mount, but Mike ready for it and is locking up this what would you call this? What would you call this? Kind of a single leg. It's like an outside single leg X, maybe a backside single leg X. I don't know. I'm sure someone has a name for it somewhere. But Luke gets mount, gets the arm north of the shoulder line. Cole's in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, Luke bringing that arm in, probably looking for the smother now. Now switching to the head and arm, which I really like to. Cole saying I'm fine. We'll see how long that lasts. I really like to see that smother and head and arm dilemma. I think I'm a firm believer that that's how that should be used. I mean, the smother's great, but I'm not gonna say it's like easy to shut down, but I mean, you go like this, right? You kind of just make a little palm over your face. That opens your elbow up, but it takes. I'd rather fight that off than try to not get my nose smashed and get waterboarded by Luke's rash guard. So, but yeah, when they do, to my original point, when they do that, when they guard their face, you'll often see that switch to the head and arm, which Luke is very good at. Cole briefly got the knee in, but wasn't enough. Brooke on her mounted triangle game tonight. Looks like she was thinking arm there. But again, you see her. This is exactly what we saw her do to Cole. Oh, for a second it was. There she goes to the, I think the Bertram family favorite arm bar. The leg over the head from the mount. If Bertram does that to you, you're not getting your arm back. But yeah, I thought she was going to turn the corner and then do the same kind of triangle finish. Bring the head down, legs up. Where's my arrow? There we go. Head down, legs up. But instead, controls the wrist, steps over. Good finish. I'm working a wrong way triangle over here against Nick. Really trying to invert underneath him. He's pulling that elbow away, making it really difficult for me to finish. But I go through a few different variations of the triangle. I was originally going for a front triangle, then for the wrong way triangle. Here, briefly start considering the rear triangle, but he makes that difficult. And then now I'm on to the side triangle. So once I gather his head up right here, now I'm onto a side triangle. So that was as I was doing that, I was like, this one, I wish it was closer to the camera, but two, that's going to be a good exhibition of the related, how related those triangles can be, with either just rotating around your opponent or a few minor adjustments, what you can do. And then I ended up finishing the Kimura there. So all those triangles for nothing except the Kimura. Cole just not having a good day with the mounted triangles. Luke's triangles are miserable. Absolutely miserable. Luke doing some surfing. Cole recognizing the threat to the exposed back. So he adjusts back to the mat, then turns again, exposing it. Luke calls an audible and goes for the high mount to the mounted triangle. Now he doesn't have the leg locked up here, so he falls to make that easier. Again, similar comment to before, like I was complimenting Brooke on the lowering the head So if Luke brought his head to the mat and could pick his heels up more easily, he could possibly, maybe, depending on the health of his knees and you know, maybe some other factors, Cole's body position, head down allows you to manipulate your feet into that triangle position, into the figure four from the mount. If you can't do that, absolutely, like Luke does here, fall. He immediately grabs his shin as soon as he can, because he has to unlock his legs to lock, or he has to move his legs to get the lockup. So yeah, that's, you know, one of two ways that you can go about finishing that mounted triangle. Me and Cole, he's immediately going to break my posture down like we were talking about earlier. Once it's broken down, I have been unable to get out of this. By flavor cake. But yeah, this is good. Like, it's super annoying because you're in, like, you're totally upright posture, but I don't feel confident shooting on you. And then with this, if I let this arm, like, I'm muffling you right now, but if I let this arm come over your left shoulder, I'm giving you a very, very easy straight arm once we hit the mat, or a very painful shoulder crunch for as long as I stay standing trying to fight this. So the other option is to bring the hand across. I mean, I could, like, maybe try to push your head further, but I don't think your grip is going to break if I do that. So bring the arm across, I give up my back. So a good exhibition of one of the powerful uses of a pinch headlock. And then now I just didn't want to be a highlight. I could feel Cole trying to do the belly down rear naked strangle here, trying to force me to that position. That was absolutely out of the question. And then fortunately the AC dripped directly into his ear. Let's see if we can catch the moment. Yeah. That's what it was. Right here. Drop down. Someone upstairs is looking after me. I think Cole literally thought that Jordan, like, threw something in his ear canal. Like, just beer ponged a drop of water. Luke looked like he was going to try to wrestle up from there, but thought twice of it. Jordan working close guard. Legs a little low. I'd like to see him up higher. Behind the lower back, not kind of in plane with the back. And look at this guy, Austin, trying to heel hook Mike or leg lock Mike. All right, this was the turning point for me. What did happen here? So I think Cole, I don't know if you're thinking maybe mounted triangle or something. Like, no reason for that leg to be straightened out. I'm guessing here, so go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong if you're not eating cake right now. Maybe I was making my arms difficult to isolate, so you said, all right, I'll dismount, work from side control, work some underhooks or whatever. But then you take a back step at some point. Like, it's like you try to go back, because I didn't elevate you. But from there, I was able to get the hips up, and then now I wanted to spend the next 4 minutes in control here. Jordan, what is Jordan doing? Yeah, Jordan playing some good leg locking. Gets him off balance. Starts going for Jason countering with the toe hold. Jordan's not bothered by it. Good awareness You did not have that leg under control, so I like that you immediately started to attack or to correct your knee position, or Jason's knee position. Once you get that, then you know you can go on attack. And you look for the it's kind of a cross side straight ankle here with an original, with like the traditional, I should say, grip. Very nice. Very nice for both of you. Jason talks like he doesn't want to do any leg locks, but he knows when he can use them. So that was good. Cole, if it wasn't apparent during the remainder of this round, I really was focusing on just keeping position with you. I think that's been my number one like weak spot when I train with you. Jordan as well. Jordan, Baker are all really good at those bridging rolls. So, while I may not have been working on any sort of submission goal, going against bigger, stronger opponents, an example of maybe some tactical things you can set as goals for yourself when you're training. Although here it looks like I do try to go for a mounted triangle. Jordan going for the head scissor, ditches it. What happened here? Okay, starting from the Kimura. You guys have been digging these Kimuras out from bottom position so much. Goes with the Luke style head scissor approach as opposed to a side triangle. And switches to an armbar attack. We saw Jason bridge out of this, get Mike off balance earlier. See him do it again. Still well timed. It's kind of a reverse hitchhiker escape. Again, trying to do something with my mount that I was able to retain. This was a lot of body surfing and just like knowing when to move, knowing when to not go down with the ship. You can see me ditch the mount there, pull my leg across. A lot of hip switching here, working a cradle. Jason working a lockdown. See if he can get Jordan moving with this. Oh, spins the leg. So I think I had a correction for him last week on this move. It had to do with... Yeah, man, it's the same thing. He's not getting the underhook with this arm. That's what it is. Jordan, if you watch this, I told you once. I'll tell you right now. I'm not going to tell you again. I want to see you take a scoop grip on the leg with this arm before you spin the leg. Right here, there's nothing stopping Jason from uncrossing his legs and retracting his left leg. When he does that, he's safe. Your back is kind of exposed. He could go on counter leg lock attacks. See right here, he gets a sweep out of it. That's why that's not working for you. You tighten that up, I can like almost guarantee you that move will become way more high percentage. Exactly, Jordan. Oh, Luke on the north-south. Okay, so we see him switching things up. He's got that figure four from the top half guard that we saw him doing earlier. But once he gets out, he doesn't go for the Kimura. Actually, did he? I don't even think he had a Kimura. Maybe he did. Hold on. Where did the arm switch? Maybe it was a one-armed Kimura, or maybe he never had it at all. Yeah, maybe he just didn't have it. That quick switch. How he brings that arm from one side of his head to the other. Gets that shoulder frame out of the way. Now he could really sink down into it. Jason looking to climb the legs by the end of the round here. Maybe see if he can secure a guard pass. But Jordan's not letting it happen. Oh, Luke and Brooke. Brooke said he embarrassed her this round, so we're going to have to highlight everything. Brandon and Ben. And me and Jason have the least entertaining round of the night. We just try to take each other down, and we got each other super tired instead, with nobody ever really hitting the ground with any control. Been working knee on belly, I think. Oh no, okay. More of a kind of a split squat position. Luke with a cutback single to get Brooke down. And Brooke settling into close guard. I don't know what that... Oh. That makes more sense. Good night, buddy. Thanks for tuning in, man. Been going over the back. Gets the sweep. Very nice. It's the cleanest way to do that. I love that. Over the back. Big backstroke. Hips up. Just a hip bump sweep variation. Luke making his way past the guard. Now Ben making his way past the guard. Laying on some heavy pressure to Brandon, making him nice and uncomfortable. Brooke trying to technical lift up, but Luke crowds her out of that. Big hip switch to get around her guard. And then now maybe a big high step over into mount, just about into 3/4 mount. Oh, Brandon getting compression choked here, possibly. Nope. Ben gives up on it, but goes for the far side arm attack. See if he goes, no, okay, no Kimura, no Americana, instead switching to knee on belly, looking to advance his pin from here. We got Mike in on Nick's leg, using it for a sweep instead. Let's look at this. So Nick settling into a top half guard, Mike with a low knee shield and a scoop grip on the leg. So Mike looking to get Nick, yeah, there it is. He gets him off balance in this direction enough to get the leg extracted. Switches to an X guard. Really getting the leg stretched out now to where Nick is going to be unable to recover to a good base. Now he just does a nice technical lift. So slow and controlled. Nick knew what was happening the whole time and wasn't able to shut it down. Like that's a really, really nice example of Mike's point that I've been harping on from a few weeks ago. When you have a leg isolated, it doesn't mean you got to go for a submission. When that submission fails, or when you don't necessarily get close to it, you have an opportunity for a sweep there. So it's a really great example of that. Brooke almost getting to a triangle position here. Throws the leg up on Luke. Luke tucking his head back out of it. And now he goes back for a leg. Brooke goes to stand, but she can't get the leg flat, or the foot flat. And now Luke is in on an outside heel hook. By the looks of it. Maybe switching to a straight ankle here. Brooke just accepting her fate. Okay. Luke says, I'll let you live to fight another day. Meanwhile, Ben looking for the smother, possible smother and arm triangle approach. Luke in an interesting position here. Almost an omoplata. I mean, he's not in any real omoplata danger. Now he's in a reverse close guard. Maybe a inverted reverse mount. I don't know. Making things up, but switching to cross ashi instead. Brooke trying to keep that secondary leg free. That is her path to safety. Damn, right at the end, Luke ends up getting that leg isolated into an inside ashi or a Z-lock position. Just about to cross that leg over and put a world of hurt on Brooke, but she sees the time. Knows she's safe. And now can take out her anger on me. Got Jason and Brandon. Anything else happen at the end of that round? Ben, Nick and Mike. No, okay. Cole and Nick, Jordan and Ben. Nick with the foot sweep attempt. Cole just sitting to guard. That was... This is the first time I feel like I've taken a shot that I felt comfortable with in a long time. So I go for a low single on Brooke here. No real upper body connection, just like some wrist control. But I go low single, so I'm not trying to attack at the hips. I'm going all the way down to the lower half of the leg, down near the ankle, lowering my level all the way, and then cutting my corner. So you can see me running 90 degrees this way. Get the leg off the mat, and then standing back up. Look at that right leg doing some work for the first time in a while. And I'm able to get Brooke down with the low single leg. Which I don't think too many guys do in jiu-jitsu. I think there are probably some vulnerabilities there, depending on your opponent's strengths. I don't know. I like it. I haven't been given a good valid reason to hate it yet. Like a head outside single, I get. But a low single where my head isn't really in any... My head is on the outside, but it's not in any position to be immediately guillotined. And as long as I cut my angle well and can stand up, I feel like it's a really, really good option for a takedown in jiu-jitsu, a wrestling-based jiu-jitsu takedown. It's like Cole doesn't want to kick anybody in the head, so they relocate. Jason progressing. He's got Brandon to his kind of weak side, stapled that leg to the ground. And looking for the Americana. More of an Americana threat. I don't think he would actually get the Americana there, but he would get the back exposed. Cole wrestling up. Let's see if Cole can barrel through. Nick with a good, effective whizzer. That was really, really good example of what a whizzer can do. If Cole gets his hips up, Nick's going to be in trouble, right? But all this pressure, Nick's really trying to keep Cole's head down. That's what you use a whizzer for. If Cole gets head height on Nick, Cole wins this exchange. Nick knows that and is doing everything he can to whizzer down and keep Cole to his back. Cole now on a possible shoulder crunch to the far side. Nick looking for his Kimura, but Cole is keeping that arm draped over the hip, kind of framing it so Nick can't make his way to a dorsal position. As I say that, he almost does. Cole looking a little tired here. Understandably so. We're coming up on our second to last round. Did I get Brooke with something, or did we just get up against the wall? Oh yeah, she gets the... I feel like she kind of wins the scramble. Or whatever. She stands back up. Doesn't let me have position. Really rude of her. Typical brown belt. Camera, I don't think I go low single again, though. Big sweep from Jason. Big double butterfly sweep. Nice. So he pulls Brandon towards him, loads him up, and then is able to take him over. Yeah, I'm kind of just dragging Brooke to the ground with both arms. Which is kind of similar, now that I think about it, to that wrist snap I like to do, where you're just taking away the base when you do that. You're pulling the arm out from underneath them. But if you have both arms, if you have like double wrist control, you can just pull them down, and before they can put their hands to the mat, disrupt their base. Sean _ good evening. How you doing? Thanks for joining. I thought I'd seen you before. Yeah, it's been a minute, man. How you doing? How's training going? Hope you're staying busy out there. Everybody just disappeared. What'd I miss? I think... see, I don't really advance much. Jason ends in a good spot up top. Cole ends in mounts. Kind of boring end. No good submissions at the end here. Oh, speak of a low single. Same kind of thing. And just to differentiate between an ankle pick and a low single. Ankle pick, you're typically going to see somebody stay in a front position, reach down, grab the ankle, push the hip, or have a collar tie as they grab the ankle and then rip the ankle out like they're starting a lawnmower, right? That's the analogy I like to use. Yeah, exactly. Close to an ankle pick. The only difference here is I commit my entire body to this, not just the hand behind the heel. all the way down, and then I'm not staying in front here. I'm running to the side. Same thing I did on Brook a second ago. Pick it up, stand up, and look for my trip or a treetop or whatever. I think Brandon was about to try to turn and pull his leg out from there. Glad he didn't, because I didn't want to have to chase him. How's training going, Sean? If Mike and Brooke get one, okay, cool. So I am opting for, how did I even get here? Is Brandon, okay, I just sit to my butt and lock up the Kimura. Brandon knows the triangle threat is there, or the head scissors threat. But from here, I can just work to get to the back. Still not training? I'm sorry to hear that, man. It sucks. Well, was it an injury or something you were trying to stave off, or was it just time? I can't remember if it was like school or something getting in the way. Not getting in the way. Those things are important. Also important, I hit a twister on Brandon. Let's see the setup here, because this is just good, clean fun. Once I get to the back, he's making it very difficult for me. I got you. I won't pry. He's making it difficult for me to get my hooks in. I get one hook in, but see how he's riding so low between my hips that it's going to make it hard to get just a standard rear mount. So once I get to a workable position, I say, all right, I got one hook. Let me pull you up and get to a lockdown, like a rear lockdown, rear scorpion position right there. And then now I go to crossbody ride. So I've got left hip and right shoulder. If I can just get his right arm behind my head and swim my body in front of that right arm, I got everything I need for a twister. So there I break the grip, pass it over the head, make sure I keep it there. Like I'm kind of pinning it down with my my head. It is a jerk move. I'm laughing as I do it. I lock it up and I put it on nice and slow. I don't get to hit him frequently, man. So when I see him, I try to go for him. Let's see Mike working the body lock pass here against Brooke. So see he's got the knee pinned to the butt. Brooke is probably framing this knee, so Mike's unable to get it down too easily. Here I'm just tooling up Brandon right now. I love you, buddy, but it's too fun. Speaking of ankle picks, leaving this one very, very close to me, making this too easy for me to do. So I rip it up, and with the angle I get, it's pretty easy for me to set up an inside heel hook. But I talk him through that one. I say, grab the head, grab the grip, disrupt my grip, and then grab the head to crunch me in. I need to be able to straighten my body out on this. So if he collar ties me, it makes it difficult for me to straighten out. I love seated ankle picks, man. Like they really lend themselves to some like cool leg entrances, I think, that you don't get to see too much. Because I don't think a lot of guys feel comfortable sitting and hitting ankle picks, but they can either throw off an opponent's base completely, or you can hit something like that. Brooke getting the figure four, the body lock from all sorts of angles. Setting it up from the back here, but Mike starts to turn out of it. She can hold on to it. It's ridiculous. Sweeps available for me? Yeah, probably. Yeah, as we get around here. I mean, like I'm not in a good spot for a wing sweep just because Brandon's over my back right now, but that is a favorite of mine when someone's loading up on my leg like this, flattening out my knee shield. Yeah, all sorts of stuff. I mean, there have been numerous Kimuras seen tonight. Probably could have dug in on one of those. Now we're just back to a low knee shield half guard, butterfly half guard. And not, yeah, it's funny. Oh, when he was standing, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, shit, so many from there. I like hitting tripods on people, but I'm finding issue with my preferred variation of a tripod sweep that I'm trying to figure out. I don't have a good example of it to look at right now, but I could initiate a scramble, but I can't quickly win the scramble with the tripod variation I like. So putting that one back in the lab. Mike just about gets a butterfly sweep. And from here, going up to a 4-point position. And Brandon not getting my head into a dangerous enough spot. Like, I really want, Brandon, I really want to see you, like, dive this arm through on my neck and fall to this, fall to your right side. Fall to the side of the strangle if you're going to go for these guillotines. I saw you mess this one up earlier, and it allowed Mike to do the exact same thing I do. You're framing the hip. It's not really going to do anything. You need to get your leg up and over over my back to really shut down my ability to get to the side. Mike again using that butterfly hook to get Brooke isolated, and he gets a nice shoulder crunch out of it, I believe. Yep. And then just because we went over this recently, notice Mike's elbow position, nice and close to the scapula, right over Brooke's shoulder blade, not lingering down here next to her body. Got to be up there. That's what really indicates good control over the shoulder line. See, I'm in on a triangle. Oh, I think I was trying the shoulder drop triangle from side control here. Was that it? No. Okay. I guess not. That must have been a different round. Just a triangle attempt from mount. Does Mike gets the shoulder crunch. Brooke tries to scramble away. Okay. Oh, Sean, if you think if you think the twister was a dick move, I go triangle. I get his arm extended, and I choose to wrist lock him instead, but not even a regular wrist lock, because I go to bend his wrist this way. He resists it, so I bend it that way until I get him to tap. So right there, he resists it. Or no, I guess that was when I bent it the other way. Gotta have fun somehow, you know? Yeah. Coming up on the last minute and a half of this final round. Mike working from a top half guard, got Brooke flattened out. And Brandon gives me some trouble here as I'm trying to come up on the knee tap double. But Brandon, if you watch this, go back to the previous round where we saw Nick with Cole and how Nick uses his whizzer to really drive Cole's head down to the mat. You set up a whizzer here, you just don't really use it enough. I want you to put some faith into that and keep me from barreling towards you. Push my head down into the mat with this shoulder control that you have. From here, once I get my knees underneath me and I reach for that knee tap, it's pretty much a done deal that I'm going to get this sweep. So you got to prevent that earlier. If you've got a good whizzer, use it, man. So now Brandon starts to roll away, exposes his back, and start to give him the business again. This time going for a crossbody ride on the other side. So I get this time my right hook in instead of my left. Well, I have both hooks in now, but I take one out. I know we're short on time. There he steps over. I say, you know what? Maybe I should go for the twister again on this side. Right here. There it's where the seed has been planted in my head, but unfortunately I only had a minute left. But just notice this is just a really basic freeze frame of a crossbody ride. One hip, opposite shoulder, or one shoulder, opposite hip. Lots of stuff you could do from here, not just twisters, but that's where you're going to get your banana splits. There's some funky heel hooks from here, hammer locks, which is basically just a Kimura. Yeah, all sorts of good stuff from the crossbody. I really like that position. Looks like Brooke finishing in a top position. Austin over there as well with Ben. Cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sean, thank you for sticking around, man. Please don't ever hesitate to wait this long to jump in and chat some shit. Compliment my twisters. Call me a jerk. I love all of it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you all learned something today. For any of the students at Mooresville BJJ, if you have any questions, as always, bring them to class. Let me know. We could dig in deeper. Mike and Luke and I and Bertram are always happy to go over these with you guys. So that's that. Again, nobody's really talking about any competitions lately, so that remains always on the table, but come talk to us if you're interested. Go to alvafitness.com, look for our Mooresville BJJ store where you can buy our gear if you really want to support us. We got a snazzy trim your nails, do your laundry, don't be stinky rash guard up there that we hope you guys enjoy. What else? I think that's about it. Follow us here if you're lurking. Listen to this guy. Sean knows what's up. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. And it's not just the students too, man. I hope you know, all of our non-student viewers get something out of this, whatever belt level you are. I just love talking about this stuff, and I love helping people learn it. So hope you got something too out of it, man. And I hope you get back on the mats sooner than later. I know I told you that before, but I truly mean it. It's always good for you. Thanks, man. Take it easy. If you're lurking in the chat, if you're a viewer, whatever, follow us. We always appreciate the support. Subscribe if you can. That's the best way to support us. You could use your Twitch Prime, no cost to you. And you could subscribe for free over at YouTube as well, where you guys can rewatch the stream, or we'll post it for you to review at your leisure. Other than that, go trim your nails, do your laundry, do not be stinky, and we'll see you guys back on the mats. Take it easy.